Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. So, may I have a seat?
Please.
Okay, so please introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is Riya Bansal. I am from Karnal, Haryana. I scored 97% in class 12th and 95.3% in class 10th. I had commerce with mathematics. To enhance my creative side, I write poems. It all started from a poem I wrote about mental health when I was 12, and from then on, my interest towards writing poem led me to be an author at 16. I am also actively involved in social and community services because I believe in the idea of giving back to the society. And I've been the part of school cabinet, which meant managing the Tech Fest or the Scholar Best ceremony, our school's biggest annual function. And from there on, my inclination towards management started. And in my leisure time, I enjoy watching cricket. So,
Okay, so tell me more about your city.
I'm from Karnal. It is a very prominent city of Haryana. It is also known as the Rice Bowl of Haryana due to the presence of many rice mills there. It is known as the Milk Bowl of India because of the presence of National Dairy Research Institute, NDRI. It is a very significant city in terms of Mahabharat. It was founded by Karan, a central figure in the epic Mahabharat.
Okay, so who wrote Mahabharat?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, never mind. Okay, why this course IPM?
Sure. Sir, I am a strong believer of the T-shaped philosophy. The horizontal bar in the T represents a wide range of skill set, and I believe that is what IPM is exactly designed for. From marketing to finance to entrepreneurship to strategic thinking, it offers a wide range of curriculum, and it offers a very rich curriculum. The vertical bar in the T represents deep expertise in a particular domain. I feel that IPM would allow me that exposure and that space to identify my interest and then mastering that domain. And beyond that, IPM also focuses on producing socially conscious leaders, which aligns with my personal aspirations. It's about building the character, which makes IPM the ideal path for me.
What subjects did you have in class 12th?
So commerce with mathematics, accounts, business, economics, and maths.
What's the difference between real GDP and nominal GDP?
So real GDP is basically calculated on the base year prices, and nominal GDP is calculated on the current year prices.
What is India's GDP right now?
So it is $4.19 trillion.
It's a real GDP or nominal
So
GDP?
nominal GDP.
Who decides the GDP? That according to you, when you said that 4.189 or something like that, $1 trillion is the so who decides that?
So I believe the government, it is because the total of the final goods produced, the value. So I believe the government.
What are the four main components while computing? There are many ways to calculate the GDP. But there is one very prominent way to calculate the GDP. What are the four main components of calculating the GDP? Like I am giving you one example. Like consumption is one of them. Have you ever gone through this formula? C plus I plus G
C
plus
plus I plus G plus
NX. So you have gone through this formula. What is C? Consumption.
Consumption.
What is I?
I is, I believe it is the private sector investments.
Okay. What is G?
The government expenditure.
What is NX?
So the net exports.
Right. So I was asking the same thing.
Sure.
Okay. What is GDP PPP? What is PPP? Have you heard this term before ever?
Sir, I believe PPP stands for Purchasing Power Parity. But
Absolutely yes. So what is GDP PPP? And why do we calculate it at the first place?
Sir, I'm not really sure about the GDP PPP.
What is the value of cot 30?
Cot 30. Sir, it is root 3.
Root 3. Okay. You had mathematics, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the differentiation of sin x?
Differentiation of sin x is cos x.
What is L hospital rule? Have you ever heard this term L hospital rule?
Yes, sir, I've heard this, but I haven't applied it. But when it is used when we do the differentiation, it is a concept of the differentiation part, but I'm not really able to explain the rule right now.
When we say that a dice is rolled,
Yes.
Many a times we say a true dice is rolled. No? What do you mean by that? Why do we say that?
So the true dice is rolled, sir,
Yeah.
because it is a it is a fair dice. It is not biased. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the denomination, and it has equal probability of each
And-
number.
Absolutely,
Appearing.
yes. When we say that two things are selected at random,
Yes.
what do you mean by at random?
Sir, because at random means that they have the equal chances. There is no biasness or favorism to one particular subject. So it remains the probability remains fair. There is no bias toward when we are calculating the chances of selecting.
What is the value of 0 factorial?
0 factorial is 1.
Why 0 factorial is 1? Why it was decided like that?
Sure, sir. Sir, like when we do, because we can say n factorial as n multiply n minus 1.
Right?
So,
So 0
n
factorial.
minus 1 factorial.
Yeah. So 0 factorial will be 0 multiplied by something. Ideally should be 0. Why do we say that 0 factorial is 1?
So if we take 1 factorial, so if I can say 1 factorial, I can write it as 1 multiply 1 minus 1 factorial. So one side will be 1 because 1 factorial is 1, and 1 minus 1 is equal to 0 factorial. So that from there we can derive that 0 factorial is equal to 1. Basically the formula that n factorial is equal to n multiply n minus 1 factorial. We can put
Okay.
the value of n is equal to 1.
Okay. So you had accounts also.
Yes.
What is depreciation?
So depreciation is the reduction in the value of tangible assets over time.
Only tangible assets.
Yes, sir, depreciation.
Okay. What is inflation?
Inflation is the rise in the prices of general commodities in an economy.
What is cash flow statement?
So cash flow statements records the flow of cash, like what amount of cash is coming in and what amount of cash is used, what amount of cash is generated and what amount of cash is used in different activities of a business organization.
Have you ever heard the term EBITDA?
EBITDA, yes.
Yeah. What is EBITDA?
So EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization.
What is amortization?
So
for that matter?
amortization stands for reduction in the value of intangible assets. For example, reduction in value of goodwills or any patents or contracts over time. The intangible assets.
Hello, Ria.
Hi, sir.
I am going to give you one example on the topic इंडिया पाकिस्तान वॉर में कौन जीता. अब you have 30 seconds to prepare and 2 minutes to speak.
So can I use a?
Yeah, please. It's all yours.
So should I start?
Yeah.
So, sir, in a war, there is no particular way to define a victory or a loss, because eventually when a war happens, both the sides or how many nations are involved, they all face losses. And though the Indian media is showing India as the winner, but the CDS of India has admitted that India also faced some losses. They didn't give the exact number of the aircraft that had been shot, but they admitted that India faced the losses. And on the other side, the Pakistan also has admitted that they also faced the losses. But the war was basically a retaliation from India, and it was a result of the terrorism, like the terrorist attack by Pakistan on the civilians of India. At the end, the human life is what that was at loss or what was at danger in this situation, and both the nations have faced losses. But what I feel that India had that policy of not attacking first but a retaliation, and which was necessary. So India responded in a very brave manner, whereas Pakistan also responded with their military and stuff, but it was mainly initiated by them, and we counterattacked, which was necessary to protect the integrity of our nation. But to say that this nation won or that nation won as a definite result or a conclusion won't be fair, because at the end of the day we both faced losses. The human lives were lost on both the ends, but the morality we can admit that the morality is on the heavier side towards India, and that is my stand on the India-Pakistan thing, like who won.
Okay. Do you have any question from us?
No, sir.
देखो मेरे हिसाब से तो जितने भी इंटरव्यू लिए आज तुम्हारा सबसे अच्छा इंटरव्यू था. लगभग तुम्हें सारी चीजें पता थी, कुछ एक दो चीजें तुम भूल गई थी, जैसे कि जीडीपी का 4 कंपोनेंट नहीं भूल गई। ये तो बेसिक चीजें पता होनी चाहिए इकोनॉमिक्स पे, जिसका ये फॉर्मूला तो पढ़ा ही होगा ना, C + I + G + NX, तो सबको पढ़ा ही जाता है। यही मेन तरीका होता है जीडीपी कैलकुलेट करने का। और भी बहुत सारे तरीके होते हैं, बट दिस इज सर्टेनली वन ऑफ द, बोलते हैं इसको एक्सपेंडिचर बेस्ड तरीका, और ये सर्टेनली सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलर होता है ना टू कैलकुलेट द जीडीपी। ये तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए जिस बैकग्राउंड से आते हो, जितने तुम्हारे मार्क्स हैं। उसमें तुमने बड़ा अच्छा स्टैंड लिया कि एक्सटेम्पोर में, कि भाई जो वॉर में कोई नहीं जीतता यार ना, सब हारते हैं, यही वॉर होती है। ये अच्छा हुआ कि तुमने कोई एक पक्ष नहीं लिया, दूसरा पक्ष भी नहीं लिया, लेकिन वॉर जीते और हारे जाते हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव को लेकर के। तुम्हारा क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव था और क्या तुम वो अचीव कर पाए कि नहीं ना, तो ये एक मेन वो रहता है। ओवरऑल जो है तुमने इनके भी, तुम्हें ये नहीं पता था महाभारत किसने लिखी। जब तुम इतना बोल रहे हो महाभारत, तो तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए। तुम करनाल के हो, कर्ण की बात कर रहे हो, महाभारत किसने लिखी नहीं पता, तो ये तो फिर ये थोड़ा सा वो हो जाएगा। बट ओवरऑल इट वाज फैंटास्टिक, अभी तक का बेस्ट था तुम्हारा। ठीक है, बोलने में अच्छा था, आई कांटेक्ट मेंटेन कर रहे थे। जितने भी लोग अभी तक आए इस कमरे में, सबसे अच्छा बोल तुम रहे थे। ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
चलो, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट।
एक पॉइंट है, लाइक हम लोगों ने लास्ट में पूछा था, डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस फॉर अस?
हाँ,
ऑफ कोर्स यू नीड टू हैव सम क्वेश्चन ना।
ये मैं इतनी बार तुमको बता चुका हूँ यार, कुछ तो होगा ना
And,
तुम्हारे दिमाग में कि
हाँ,
भाई वहाँ
of course.
पढ़ाते हैं, डांस कराते हैं कि नहीं कराते, फुटबॉल खिलाते हैं कि नहीं खिलाते। इससे ये पता लगता है कि तुम कितने
क्यूरियोसिटी,
हाँ,
इंटरेस्टेड,
तुम इंटरेस्टेड कितना ज्यादा हो।
तुम अपनी कम से कम पोएट्री का पूछ लो, तुम वही क्वेश्चन पूछो सबसे।
कोई लिटरेरी वहाँ क्लब है कि नहीं है, होता ही होगा वो तुम्हारे।
हाँ लिटरेरी क्लब पूरा हम लोग का प्रॉपर अलग से।